Yeah, welcome back. Today we will explore the four distinct stages of combustion in CA engine, which are critical for understanding the diesel engine performance, power, fuel economy, and emissions. So, unlike the spark initiated combustion in gasoline engine, the process in a compressor ignition engine is governed by fuel injection into highly compressed hot air. As we can see, on this cylinder pressure diagram, the diesel combustion is complex and multi-phase process. Okay, so combustion and compression ignition engines occurs in four stages. Okay, stage one is called as ignition delay period, the crucial preparatory phase it is, and stage two is named as pre-mixed combustion or the rapid or uncontrolled burning phase. In stage 3 is called as controlled combustion or it is diffused combustion. In stage 4 it is after burning stage. So that after burning stage. Now if we see the four stages, ignition delay is nothing but the time between the start of fuel injection and the start of actual combustion. And the uncontrolled combustion is nothing but where we can see the rapid pressure rise as the accumulated fuel burns in the cylinder. Next one is controlled combustion. The rate of fuel injection is controlled to regulate the pressure rise and combustion rate. Okay. And the last stage is the afterburning stage where the main combustion event is going to be complete. In stage 1 is the ignition delay period. So already it is a time interval between the start of fuel injection and the start of measurable pressure rise due to combustion. Okay. So during this period, several physical and chemical process is going to be occur in sequence. Okay. So the first physical process is called the physical delay. In physical delay, what will happen actually? The liquid fuel atomizes into tiny droplets and these droplets is going to be vaporized and mixed with the hot compressed air is called as physical delay. Okay. So now this physical delay, the time, the duration of physical delay is 0.2 to 0.8 millisecond. It depends upon the engine speed. Okay. Now when we are going to see the after the physical delay, the next phase is chemical delay period. A pre-flame chemical reactions prepare the mixer for auto ignition. Why is this so important? Because the length of this delay determines how much fuel has accumulated in the cylinder before burning begins. Because the amount of fuel burns in the cylinder is only determines the efficiency, emissions, and everything. So a longer delay means a more pre-mixed fuel which directly impacts the further stages. It is the most critical factor for controlling the diesel engine noise. Once auto ignition begins, we enter into the main combustion event. This is called accumulated pre-mixed fuel burn. Okay. So once the auto ignition begins, okay, once the auto ignition begins, there may be a short pressure rise. Okay. So that is what. So once the auto ignition begins, we enter into the main combustion event and this accumulated pre-mixed fuel burns rapidly. Okay. So this marks the beginning of the pre-mixed combustion phase. on a pressure versus crank angle diagram. A pre-mixed combustion is identified by a very steep, very steep pressure rise. Okay, the cylinder pressure rise, typically occurring around TDC or just after the TDC. Okay, a high rate of heat release have been obtained in this stage due to chemical reaction rate primarily by chemical kinetics. Okay, the pre-mixed combustion typically lasts around 5 to 15 degree of crank angle, which is approximately 0.5 to 1.5 milliseconds. Okay, this time will vary depending upon the engine speed. After the rapid premixed combustion phase, the process enters into the controlled combustion phase, also known as diffused combustion. Okay, so in this stage, unlike premixed combustion, the burning rate during this phase is not limited by the chemical kinetics but by the rate of fuel air mixing. In controlled combustion, the liquid fuel is continuously injected into the hot compressed air. The fuel droplets evaporates, mix with surrounding air and burns at the edges of the spray plug. The controlled combustion usually lasts 20 to 40-degree crank angle, which is approximately 2 to 5 milliseconds at normal operating speed. The last stages of CA engine combustion is afterburning stage. So in this afterburning stage, okay. Now this will occur after end of fuel injection. Any remaining unburned fuel or fuel that mix with air to slowly combust in this tailing off phase. Because the piston is already descending, this burning does very little useful work and instead increase the exhaust gas temperature. This stage is the primary source of soot and particulate matter if the mixture is too rich, and of unburned hydrocarbon if it is the mixture is too lean or quenched. So far we have discussed about the stages of combustion in CI engine. Now the percentage of fuel burned in the different region. We are going to see that 15 to 35 percentage of fresh charge is burned in the uncontrolled combustion phase, and in the controlled combustion phase 50 to 70% where the maximum amount of fuel and air burns here, and in late combustion 5 to 15 percentage the leftover fuel burns in the rich packets. So thank you for listening. In next subsequent videos we will see about some more interesting videos. Thank you all.